The Tower of Babel, Genesis 11 verse 1-9. After the great flood in the days of Noah, humanity began to multiply and spread once again. At that time, the entire world spoke one language and used the same words, Genesis 11 verse 1. This common language made communication easy, and people understood each other perfectly. As they traveled eastward, the people settled in a plain in the land of Shinar, Genesis 11 verse 2. Shinar was a fertile and open region, ideal for building and settling. In their unity, the people said to each other, "Come, let us make bricks and bake them thoroughly." They used brick instead of stone, and tar for mortar, Genesis 11 verse 3. "Come, let us build ourselves a city, with a tower that reaches to the heavens, so that we may make a name for ourselves and not be scattered over the face of the whole earth," Genesis 11 verse 4. This plan revealed their pride and self-reliance. They wanted to achieve greatness without God's help, and they feared dispersing across the earth, something God had commanded them to do after the flood as revealed in Genesis 9 verse 1. The Lord came down to see the city and the tower the people were building, Genesis 11 verse 5. He observed their unity and the potential of their cooperation. God said, "If as one people speaking the same language they have begun to do this, then nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them," Genesis 11 verse 6. God saw that their united effort, driven by pride, would lead to even greater rebellion against him. So, he decided to intervene. God declared, "Come, let us go down and confuse their language so they will not understand each other," Genesis 11 verse 7. Immediately, their single language was divided into many different languages. The workers could no longer understand each other's speech, which brought confusion, frustration, and the inability to continue the project. As a result of the confusion, the people stopped building the city, Genesis 11 verse 8. God scattered them over the face of the whole earth, fulfilling his original command to spread out and fill the earth. The city and its unfinished tower became known as Babel, later called Babylon, because there the Lord confused the language of the whole world, Genesis 11 verse 9. The Hebrew word Babel sounds like the word for confuse. Lessons from the Tower of Babel. Human pride leads to downfall. The builders sought to glorify themselves instead of God. Unity can be powerful, but if misused, it can lead to collective rebellion against God. God's purposes will always prevail even if mankind resists. God can redirect events to fulfill his will.